Hey to my beautiful Taurians out there. This here is Dr. Leona coming on in for your weekly reading. And this is starting off that week of October 9th. We're going to have Jupiter retrograde. This is your Jupiter retrograde reading, Jupiter in your chart. You're like, well, I'm a Venus person. Yeah, you are. You're ruled by Venus. You're the second house, no question about it. But Jupiter happens to be in your house right now. So Jupiter going retrograde will affect you. And if you're like, that's not what my tropical astrologist says, I'm more of an astronomer in this way. So I'm telling you exactly where Jupiter is. Any astronomer would tell you the same thing. Jupiter is in your house, along with Uranus. Both are going to be retrograde. And at the same time, so Jupiter is the planet of Dharma. Wherever you have Jupiter in your chart, it's going to be affected. And that's the planet of Dharma, or purpose. And the planet of Karma, which is Saturn, is also retrograde at the same time, at least until November 18th. So that provides a window of opportunity to take care of both Dharma and Karma. And because you are an Earth sign, my beautiful Taurians, Dharma is Karma and Karma is Dharma. It is very similar. Jupiter and Saturn are linked somehow in your chart. If you look at it, you'll find it. I know I got Taurus placements, and you know what? It is true. My Saturn is deeply connected to Taurus, to Jupiter, to all the things. They're all interconnected, and it is all part of that same purpose. So family is part of your purpose at all times. People born Taurus ascendants, they didn't have good families in another lifetime, and they want to build more family in this lifetime. My beautiful friend Jay, who you can see on my community page, was a Taurus ascendant. He was a Leo sun. Yeah, no, I mean, he very much wanted to, have family, and he had a ton of kids. So it's real sad that he left the world. So guys, my beautiful Taurians, there is the moon here for you. Some kind of mom energy coming in here, fourth house energy. Oh, the great blue heron just flew in to the lake, right down into the lake. That is the energy of Bennu, an Egyptian creation myth god. So there's something coming in. Like I said, we got mother energy, Six of Wands here. That is the energy of success. And we've got the Hermit. This is ruled by Mercury. The Hermit is the sixth house. What's in the sixth house right now? We've got us Ketu energy there. Right now, we've also got Mercury is in its own house during this week. It actually moves into Libra. So Mercury moves into Libra along with Venus. Your ruling planet is in its own sign at the moment, but it moves on the 13th into its home base, which is Scorpio. Now, Taurus, you are on a destiny track, the second and eighth house. You're on that destiny track with Scorpio, always, okay? So Scorpio and you are interconnected. Scorpio ruled by Mars. So what's going to affect you later in the year, in December, when Mars goes retrograde, that is going to affect you, and anything you have in the second house and anywhere you have your Venus will also be affected by that. Venus goes retrograde, your ruling planet goes retrograde in 2025. If you want to learn more about cosmic transits and things like that, please come over to Patreon as a VIP. I would be happy to help you understand your chart in terms of where the planets actually are, not in terms of astrological terms, which we all know is a pseudoscience, but in terms of the astronomy of it. Do you want to know that? Then come on over to Patreon. And I see here new love coming in. It could be through friends. It could be through those third-party energies. It absolutely could be if you work in the healthcare field. You could meet a person through work. I also see third party here. So it could be that page energy is often a third party. It could just be something brand new coming in for you. And someone here is a little bit guarded about it, and kind of want to take things slow. Keep things in public spaces for now. Okay, I see that with that Three of Pentacles energy right there. We do have this person going up, leveling up from a Page of Cups to a Knight of Cups. I like that energy. That could be you, or it could be someone coming towards you, my beautiful Taurians. I do think, oh, they're telling me to put that here. All right, I got it. Yeah, you're going to meet this person out in public, in a public space. That's actually quite positive, right? Because when they tell you they just want to, hang out with you and Netflix and chill, that's when it's not a public relationship. That's when it's just the two of you one-on-one. And it's really about sex. It's not about getting to know each other, not in a real way. There's like not a lot of chat. There's not anything like that happening. All right, so I see this somebody being real guarded, and it could be a person that has this energy of the star. You've got the star here. You're going to get some boon through family, through friends. It's coming in for you during this Jupiter retrograde period, which takes us into 2025. Actually, February 4th of 2025 is when Jupiter goes direct in your sign. It's only going to be in your sign for a few months after that. On May 30th, it goes into Gemini, your neighbor, ruled by Mercury. So your Mercury is going to be affected, wherever that is in your chart, starting the end of May and for about a year after that. All right, guys. Yeah, this person's coming in to win. All right, so, yep, this is the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Now, you are a fixed sign, Taurus. You're one of several fixed signs in the zodiac. You, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, all fixed signs. You are the fire of earth. That is lava. Wherever you go, you create whole land masses behind you. You are able to create something out of nothing. You know, if there's just water out there, you're like, hey, no problem. I'm just going to, you know, go. Lava just goes, and it goes slowly, and as it cools, it becomes earth. Eventually, that becomes earth. And that's what you are. You're that earth energy, slow, sensual earth energy. I love Taurus energy. I have a VIP in Taurus. Absolutely, guys. So taking it slow and steady is real important for you. Your Venus makes you very attractive, physically attractive. It could, you know, you could work on people being more physically attractive. Like I've known Taurus energies that are like personal trainers. My friend Jay, I mentioned Taurus Ascendant. He was a nostalgia star, all right, but he also owned all these MMA studios. So he helped people use their bodies, work out, get more, you know, toned, more muscular. That was part of what he did. And that was part of how he himself looked in his physical life. The Ascendant is the physical life. So you might have this energy too. One of my very favorite personal trainers of all time had a Taurus son. Oh, he was hot, man. We'd go out and we'd get ice cream. He'd be like, do you really want the ice cream? I'm like, well, I really want to go with you to get the ice cream. Is that the same thing? Like, oh, he was a sweetheart. Yeah, I'd go to his soccer games, and he'd be like, are you coming to my game? I'm like, oh boy, what is happening here? Am I a cheerleader all of a sudden? I absolutely was. All right, so I do see this person going from a knight, sort of a little bit of backwards energy there, going from a page to a knight, but not exactly admitting that they really want this. And then all of a sudden something changes and they do want this, and they're coming towards you. And then they're going to be that King of Cups energy. And we've got Scorpio. You know, that's where the sex is at, right? That's your destiny track. 2nd and 8th house coming out, and more Mercury energy. Gemini here with Virgo, a lot of Mercury, a lot of communication, travel, transportation. You could be meeting this person through travel. Some of you are going to be moving in the next year. There's a prediction for you. I also see this leading to marriage for some of you. There's a marriage proposal, but it's to me, it's not a super romantic one. It's almost like, you know, I see this as actually the two of you like in bed or something at some point. This is in the future, and this person, like, you know, you're like in the middle of sex maybe even, and this person's like, hey, let's get married. And you're like, or let's live together. Or there's some higher level of commitment that comes out of a real passionate moment. And it feels a little bit impulsive to me with that Mercury energy, Mercury being very fast. A year for Mercury on Earth is 88 Earth days, you know, so very fast moving energy. Like what would normally take a year might take about 3 months before you hear, let's move in together. And then there's this delay. So that's telling me that, you know, there's some kind of a commitment here, but maybe it doesn't happen. Maybe they ask you in 3 months after you meet, and then like it takes a while for that to actually manifest. And that's because it's something to do with the past. So this is telling me that someone here was already committed or had been in a higher level of commitment, married in the past here for someone with this Taurus energy, okay? And it looks like they could be holding on to that past. 6 and 4 together become a number 10. So there is a new cycle on the horizon for my beautiful Taurians. It's just going to be slow. Knight of Pentacles, okay? Just going to be slow. That's part of that energy, right? That's Jupiter Jupiter going retrograde in your house is just, even though retrograde, the word for it in Sanskrit is Vakri, guys, and Vakri does not mean backwards, it means crooked. So the path is going to be long and windy, guys, towards this, because there's some self-sabotage, and the self-sabotage comes from pain, and the pain comes from the past, and it comes from someone failing you in the past, someone you depended on, a friend, a family member. There was some kind of failure, and it could be even with children. Someone here may have been alienated, may have been pushed out of a family at some point. I don't see that as being super present for you. Like, I feel like if that happened for you, I'm sending you so much love and light, but I can tell that it's affecting you. There's success, but then the success leads to some kind of a tower moment. And this is telling me too that I'm talking to people that are part of demographics that aren't just the white men out there. Okay, maybe some of you are. I'm talking to people that are other. I'm talking to people that when you have a success, there's going to be people all around you going, oh, we don't want that person from that group to be successful. You can't have that success. We're going to be taking you down now. All right, so we're going to slow you down. We're going to slow down your success. It was like when I was doing my PhD, I finished in 2 years, and my supervisor was like, great job. We want you to change the whole thing now. All right, is that all right? We're gonna have you change the whole thing. And I was like, I've been doing what you told me. You want me now to change it completely to something else? Yes, that's what we want. That's what me and the committee have decided. Go ahead, make those changes and get back to us. We expect to see these changes in 30 days for this section, 30 days for that section. I was like, okay. So I rewrote the whole thing. A year later, they say to me, you know what? Great job, but we want you to go back to the other thing. You know, that's just, they don't want, people want to slow you down, and I feel that energy. So even when you succeeded and you should be flying high, if you were part of a dominant social group, you'd be congratulated, people would be patting you on the back, people would be handing you money, literally stacks of money, and instead you're being slowed down. People are saying, no, you can't move forward. We got gatekeepers. You know, I see a lot of gatekeeper energy here. And this is this energy of 4 of Wands. And there's something here real painful about a marriage. I do think, like I said, somebody might have gotten married or said yes to a higher level of commitment a little bit faster than they maybe wanted to. You could have gotten married early on in your life. I do see some pain connected to family, connected to friends, connected to people letting you down in those spaces. I don't see outright betrayal. Someone here is going to buy a house this year. Now, this is not a lie. This is, guys, this is a collective energy reading. I don't know who you are as individuals, right? But I do see somebody buying a house this year. There is a prediction here for you. Someone in the collective will be buying a house. It could be in another state. It could be outside of where you were born. Could be in another country for some of you. Could be going to live in another country. Even if you're not buying a house, you may be Airbnb-ing for 3 months or a month or like an extended period of time somewhere outside of where you were born. That is happening. This has to do with a house. Someone could absolutely be moving. And, you know, when you do, there's going to be celebrations. You might be going to a destination wedding. I see that too in the collective. You could have that yourself. And I do see somebody with this Cancer energy here. There's somebody watching you. All right, I got this energy of a Page of Swords. There's a stalker energy here, someone looking at you online. Oh, here they are. Oh, that was fast. All right, so that Page of Swords is actually a King of Swords. They are watching you. Sorry about that. That was loud. They are watching you guys. All right. This person's real nervous. They got some toxic energies. I'm going to show you a little bit ahead, and it's connected to you. If you have that Queen of Swords energy, you know what? This could also be an adult child and their father, or a masculine adult child and their father, pretty toxic toward a mother energy here. So I don't know how that's fitting in for you all. but I see that it's causing this mother figure a lot of anxiety, and she actually has turned her back on those two people because of the toxic nature. Now, all human beings are toxic, guys. Like I said, I really do get that family, something about the past, there was some failure to launch here, and it could have even been with that Knight of Cups. Someone here, maybe mom tried to leave, tried to get divorced, and an adult child like made that real difficult and ended up staying. But it was a real unhappy situation because, you know, partners aren't prisoners, and when you're forced to stay because people are being the way that they're being, I see that as a real issue here for someone with feminine energy. Okay, yeah, you got to heal from that. All right, if that happened to you or something similar like that happened to you with a real toxic person, that person could have some Capricorn in their energy. You may not feel like doing anything at all, and you do have just a ton of anxiety. You got to walk away from that person. You're going to be turning your back, and you're going to heal. And that is going to bring you to a space basically where you're going to be feeling like not doing much at all, and you're just going to have to be working on that anxiety. Someone in the collective here needs to go to therapy. You know, that's what I do for work, and you know why you've got to go to therapy? Because this is waiting for you ahead. Just so you can see it, this is waiting for you ahead. Ace of Pentacles. You are Earth energy. This is for you. Ace of Pentacles. There is a relationship. There's a job opportunity. Like I said, someone here maybe is going to buy a house or move. There's this great energy coming in for you. So somebody here was betrayed. Oh, this is kind of bad. All right, guys. It's definitely someone within a family was betrayed. Now, you got to prepare for this because I see somebody here having some difficulties with money, especially if you are a mama. All right, if someone here is going to betray you that way, if they haven't already, I think they may have already. I think some of you out there suffered some financial abuse. I'm going to tell you, when you leave this bad situation, these toxic people behind, you are going to do well. It is going to be a little bit of 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, because I see that that's happened to you in the past. You know who you are. Let's go ahead and clarify, shall we, guys? I'm going to get you also an oracle card. I don't like this energy because I know, I got some Taurus going on. If you were to look at my full moon reading for Taurus in July of 2024 of this year, you would hear me say things. You'd be like, what was going on there? I tell you what, it was not fun. It was not a good time, and I have not fully resolved that situation. I have not, and but I have been hit by a hurricane in the physical and emotionally too, you know, and it takes a minute to figure out what to do, even if you know what to do. The thing is, I do not believe that partners are prisoners. They are people, and they do not have to stay where they don't want to stay, and that's okay by me. But they gotta like take responsibility for their commitments. They can't just walk away. You know, that's not all right. The whole idea of ghosting is absurd. That's why you gotta marry these people, so that you have some ability to get the money. You have to have a legal contract. And even if you have a contract before you move in with somebody, in order to make that work, you gotta take them to court. Same thing with a marriage contract, but it's just a lot more cut and dry. Yeah, it's hard to get out of, but everything is hard to get out of. Everything's going to cost you money. That's the 6th house squeeze. If you want to get something, if you want to activate that 11th house, the house of gains, you got to squeeze that 6th house. That's where the financial and karmic debts are. So I see somebody paying off some karmic debts, and it has to do with family members. I'm going to also clarify this moon here. We're going to clarify that moon. I see that I'm not clarifying a ton of stuff over on this end. There's something about the past, some failure here within a family. Somebody is real guarded as a result of it all. There's this pain right up here. I'm going to clarify that pain, guys. I see some psycho watching you too. We'll get to that later. Let's get advice from the universe right up here. All right, we're going to do some advice from the universe. That's right there. I see someone new coming towards you. Let's get that new person's perspective. What are they thinking? The new person right here. I see a betrayal from family. We're going to find out about that, from a partner, from a family member right there. We're going to find out about the new relationship right here that's coming in the future. And then I see an ending here. There's an ending. And I also want to check on your finances, because I made a prediction that someone here is going to either fully move, buy a house in another state, another country, or another city from where you were born, basically outside of where you were born. I saw that come through. I saw right away somebody moving in the next year, so maybe even in the next 6 months. So let's see that. Ace of Swords. Again, I'm seeing the truth come out. The truth is going to set you free. I do see that for you, my beautiful Taurians. And let's get you that oracle card, shall we? Alrighty now. Miss Heidi is coming in with a new cycle for you. Number 10. I talked about that in the reading. 6 and a 4 came out, and I said that added up to a 10. A new cycle was beginning. We just got confirmation right here. Okay, number 10. Butterfly. Beautiful butterfly floats by you to say a chance to transform is heading your way. Now, Miss Heidi Messenger was my really good friend. She passed away. She was a true psychic medium. She lived and worked in Ireland, but she was not Irish. Okay, she just married a fellow from there and had a family and all that. So butterfly is here. You're gonna have a new beginning. If you happen to see a butterfly like this over the next 6 months or so, every time you see it, understand that Miss Heidi is giving you a cue. Something is going on. You need to pay attention. It's a sign. She believed in signs. Every Monday, she'd come on to Facebook, and this was, when Facebook was more of a thing, and she'd do what she called Messenger on Mondays. I hashtagged it Mom, because she was like the psychic mom to all of us, and she'd just come up with some amazing stuff. And I'm a real skeptic, even though I'm also a psychic medium. Because I'm a psychic medium, I know when people are phony baloney or not. And I have psychic placements in my chart. Any competent astrologer, and of any variety, tropical, Vedic, sidereal, I don't care. You can see it. I am psychic. You know it. You can see it. It's in my chart. I can prove it that way. If you believe, you will receive the information, the truth. So Miss Heidi Messenger was the real deal. She did not share her chart with me, but what she did do was sit down and talk to me and start speaking in a language. I speak about 10. She started speaking in a language that's a dead language that I know that not many people know. And I'm listening to her. She's saying, do you know? Do you know? And then I'm looking like with total shock that she's speaking in another language. This very cute, little lady in Ireland, she's looking at me with these big blue eyes and her cute little hair, and I'm like, and the cleavage, she always played up her cleavage. She's talking to me in this other language, and I'm looking at her going, my mouth is agape. I'm absolutely shocked by it. And then she starts saying, oh, you don't know. And then I started speaking in the language back to her, saying, oh, I understand. I get it. And I'm like, who am I speaking to right now? Because I could tell somebody was speaking through her. She was channeling somebody from the other side. It was incredible. And that I've never seen happen with another psychic. All right, so it was remarkable. I can't even do that. I can hear, I have a little lady with me all the time who's from Vietnam, and she's with me all the time, and she's actually here right now. I hear her speaking in Vietnamese, but I don't understand it. It's not one of the languages I speak. I'm working on it because of this cute little lady over here. So we're gonna go and take this on over to Patreon, y'all. Come with me over there. If you join up now, you get to come into the live event where I could do a psychic reading for you. I could pick you to do the psychic reading. I don't know. It depends on how many people are there. It's 2 hours. It's a good chance that you could get picked, because oftentimes these are not super well attended. There's maybe 1, 2, 3 people. Sometimes there's 5. I can't get to everybody in 2 hours if there's 5 people. People are like, oh, 20 people show up. If 20 people show up, there's no way I can do 20 people. I mean, there's no way I can read 20 people. I should say, oh, come on now. That was a little slip of the tongue, a little Freudian slip, baby. Like I said, I can't do 20, maybe 5. Oh, come on, Taurus. All right, let's go over to Patreon. All the info is below. I will see you over there now. I love you, Taurus. Mwah. Let's go. Let's go claim this wonderful relationship that's coming up and some new money coming in, possibly an investment in a home, maybe some land, because Taurus energy, that's the land energy. That's the energy of buying land. You're going to want to do that in your lifetime, especially if you got Venus somewhere in, like, say, Cancer. You're definitely going to want to buy land and build a house on that land. All right, let's go over to Patreon. You can get more insights over there with me, especially if you come in as a VIP. I love you so much. I hope to see you on the 13th now. Bye, Taurus.